Okay, class, so before we wind up for the day, let's do a quick recap of what we learned. I'll say the names of the inventors, you name their inventions, alright?
Alright.
Let's go. Thomas Edison.
The light bulb.
Graham Bell.
The telephone.
Johannes Gutenberg.
The printing press.
Wright brothers.
The aeroplane.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, Nadir?
Are there any Muslim inventors or contributors in any of these fields?
That's true, ma'am.
Unfortunately, not in your textbook. But I may just have the right book for you. It's called 1001 Inventions, The Enduring Legacy of Muslim Civilization by National Geographic. You want to know about the Muslim inventors and contributors? Here you go. There are plenty of them.
Wow.
Allow me to take you from darkness into light, my young friends. From ocean onto land, there are things you should know. Oh yes, indeed. Welcome to the Dark Ages, or as it should be known, the Golden Ages. We have all heard of the Wright brothers who made the first flying machine in 1907. But do you know him? He is the inventor who 800 years before the Wright brothers successfully tested this rudimentary flying machine. It was based on the design of birds' wings. He did succeed to fly for a few minutes for the very first time in the history of mankind. He is Abbas ibn Firnas, one of the many brilliant women of her time. This is Maryam al-Ijliya. She is nicknamed as Al-Astrolabia because she was a 10th century scholar who pioneered the development of astrolabes, a medieval device which was a GPS of its day. They were used to tell time and for navigation by telling latitude and longitude. They were also used to find the Qibla, prayer times, and determine starting days of Ramadan and Eid. He is Al-Jazari, engineer and ingenious inventor of the 13th century. He was the most outstanding mechanical engineer of his time. Al-Jazari designed and manufactured 50 devices, such as water clocks, a wudu machine, and machines for raising water. His groundbreaking invention was using a gear to make things move forward. All of his ideas and devices were unheard of at that time in the Western world. Well, who do you think invented some of the surgical instruments used today? It was none other than Al-Zahrawi. He was a 10th century scholar and surgeon who developed and used many of the instruments used today. He was the first person to use dissolvable stitches for wounds. He is considered as one of the greatest surgeons of the ancient Muslim world. This is Fatima Al-Fihri, the founder of the world's oldest university, the university called Al-Qarawiyyin. And guess what? It still operates today. Yes, it was a Muslim woman who pioneered a model of higher learning. This university was also the first to issue degrees of various levels. How do we see objects? This was a question which this Muslim inventor was out to solve. This is Ibn al-Haytham, the 10th century optometrist. His experiments formed the basis of the technique used even to this day in cameras. He proved that light, when passed through a small hole in a dark room, will project an image on the opposite wall, like a camera or even our eyes. Do you recognize this queen from Africa? This is Queen Amina of Zaria. She was known for her military skills and was one of the top warriors of the time. She was known to make walls around the places she ruled over, thus making it safe from outside attacks. These walls came to be known as Walls of Amina, a royal queen who was a brilliant engineer and warrior. Now that's just wow. So why is such an era known as the Dark Ages? Well, it's only a matter of perspective. Of course, there were parts of the world where it wasn't dark at all, but in a civilization that stretched from Spain to China, the golden rays of discovery and inventions shone over everything, and that was a Muslim civilization. Some of the most important discoveries known to men were made in this time. Discoveries that drew our knowledge of our ancients but have more connections to the modern world than you can possibly ever imagine. This was indeed a golden age, and I have shown you just the tip of the iceberg. There are countless other scientists and inventions directly connected to your modern world. This is what we endeavor to bring back to you, my young friends, the lost legacy of Muslims being contributors to the world. Be inspired. May you live and leave a legacy.